Hey everyone, how are you? In today's news, I tried to change the settings on my stream. And what do I have new? I'm still streaming through Wi-Fi because there was no time to set up the normal computer and I don't have a cable. But yeah, I did change some settings. I didn't want to change the quality of the video. This is totally irrelevant to the class, but it's something that I am dealing with and I like to talk about it, so I'm talking about it. So the technology behind the streams is really interesting. I think I should teach this stuff because it's so fascinating. Um, so if you are here, if you are with me, then you can say hello in the chat. I always like to see that. And last time I think I said that you should say hi, and there was a lot of people saying hi. So yeah, I think I have a delay of like 15 seconds, so it will take some time until I reply to you, until you see me commenting on your replies if you've read something. And I hope I will not be freezing. And also, what was funny was that the neighbors were just mowing the grass like 10 minutes ago. When I came home about half an hour ago from work, I was like, this is not happening because it was really loud. It was right directly underneath my windows. And hi, James. Good afternoon. Good morning to you. So it was really loud, and I was hi, Dominica. I was a little bit afraid if that will happen because I could see it when I looked at my like I can see the noise levels or like when I'm talking, like like this little thing that like hops up and down, and it was like constant noise in my sound. But they stopped 10 minutes ago to mow, so I'm happy. And today's class will be about handstands. So if you have a wall, if you are new to handstands, that's good. That's perfect. We might use the wall, but mostly we will focus on handstand. So every time you are basically practicing and handstand is your goal, what you can do is to turn the whole class, even if it is someone else's class, to focus more on what you should do to get better. If, for example, like stronger in your shoulders or like properly engage in your shoulders to be better. Thanks for letting me know that it sounds good. I hope it will also look good because last time we had a lot of hiccups. So now I'm streaming only 30 FPS, so it's halfway down frame rates, half of the frame rates. So I hope that it will be better. Will this class be saved? It will be saved for sure for 24 hours, maybe longer. Sometimes I forget to make it private. Hi, Ayana Z. So of course, if you don't have time to practice right now, you can do it later. Okay. Let's find ourselves on the mat. I think you can see me. Okay, I can move it a little bit more. And actually, you know what? We will start standing since handstand is basically standing on your legs, on your feet, but well, it's on your hands, but it's like you're still trying to be vertical. It's just the other way around. And if you could see my hands, it would be amazing, but you can't. So we'll pretend that you can see my hands, and we will anyway start from the bottom. So just relax your hands for now and bring your feet together. And in handstand, it's good if you think of your legs. If you are holding a straight handstand, of your legs as one leg, only one piece of a leg, one piece of your limb of your body. And to achieve this is to properly engage. I like to point my toes in handstand because it draws the energy upwards. So if your legs are up and if you point, which means flexing the toes towards the bottom of your feet, that means that you're trying to reach up, and in handstand you're trying to push up towards the ceiling. And if you point, that makes you a little bit longer, so in your mind maybe it makes you more engaged in that pushing. And since shoulders, I always talk about this, are the most mobile joints in your body, and you're trying to make them super stable, if you compare them with your hips, which are used to hold your whole body weight, and even less of the body weight, because legs are much heavier than, for example, your arms, right? So on your arms, you are trying in handstand to hold your torso and your heavy legs. Well, on your legs, the center of gravity is like a little bit, right, almost like on top of the legs, and you have the heavy legs that are on the bottom, and you are trying to balance in your hips mostly, and they are more stable. They are less mobile, for sure, than your shoulders. So this is how much you have to work in your shoulders to create the same stability, and even more additionally because of the shift of your body, center of gravity, and of the heavy legs that you have to also balance. This is why it's so hard to balance on your hands, and this is why you have to be more stable in the rest of the body for your shoulders to have less work in balancing that out. So starting from your legs, from your feet rather, bring your toes up and then create a lot of engagement in the bottom of the feet, and just feel how the whole feet became alive and engaged. And, try to spread your toes out. You can also look at them, just observe how good you are at spreading. You get better over time the more you try to do this. And then just feel and stay with the engagement on the arches, also from the inside but from the outside too. And just relax the toes down, so you don't need them for now. You're still trying to keep just the feet. And then imagine you want to pull up on your kneecaps. So really making your knees straight and supported with your quadriceps. Then squeeze the legs towards each other. That will create a little bit of internal rotation in your legs, as if your knees were turning in towards each other, and you counter that with your glutes or with the outer hips muscles when you squeeze them. And then you have perfectly like a torsion to both sides, and engagement in your hips to support your body weight. And if you are in your handstand, squeezing the legs together and squeezing your glutes will play a big role in really having your legs and pelvis stable and being better at balancing, or making the balancing easier actually. Bring the belly in. So the next part that is really mobile and unstable is the low back, and you fix that using your abdominal muscles. So your belly presses in, and then you have to send your ribs in towards your low back, and that fixes your whole spine. And sometimes if you see me, I will lose that and my legs will start to fall back. This is what we want to avoid. That's why I'm biking a lot, so my legs are always like a little bit in front rather than to like go back into the back, but I'm very afraid of that. You don't want to fall to the back, so having your core engaged doesn't have to be strong, just there to support your low back, keep it stable. Next part are your shoulders. We're going already there. So bring your arms up, keeping everything from your feet through your legs, your quadriceps, your belly, your ribs in, and then just the arms up. And the same thing is when you're balancing on your legs. You're trying to press down and you're trying to lift a little bit higher. That makes you stable, that makes your muscle to engage. The same applies for your shoulders. So when you are trying to be balancing and stable in your shoulders, you need to push up. So you push and press up. You can also flex your hands, so if you don't see my hands, stay where you are. You want to flex the palms as if you were simulating the handstand, and want to push up as if you wanted to lift the ceiling a little bit higher. Turning your triceps in towards you makes, again, some kind of a little bit more engagement in your shoulder blades, in your shoulders, and squeezing the arms also together makes one more stability. That helped me a lot, like squeezing the arms together to make my handstand a little bit more stable. And then if you hold this, I hope you are breathing. I believe that this is already super hard. Try not to let your ribs out. So you're trying to bring your arms all the way up over your head. So if you look up, they should be rather above you. This is already hard for some people because their shoulders are not open enough. Mine also, I have to really make a lot of effort to just keep my arms in one line with my upper body, and sometimes you will lose your ribs. So make sure that you are keeping them in, as if you wanted to create a little bit of hollow front body as you are pressing just the arms back and up, and then release. Exhale. Shake your shoulders a little bit, shake your palms, your wrists. You can move your head. Take a big inhale through your nose, side out through the mouth. Okay, you can close your eyes, move the shoulders forward, up, and back and down twice, and then go the other direction. So back, up, and forward. Again, 2 times. Okay, so that was the handstand. We're finished for today. You can train this every day just to stay like that. But of course, inverting yourself makes it like 1 step harder, or maybe 100 steps harder. So we'll start at the front of the mat. Bring the feet together again. So try to keep your feet together every time you're trying to train for the handstand. Reach your arms up. Don't allow the ribs to go out. Just bring the arms up. You can you don't have to flex the arms, the palms. Reach up and exhale. Bounce your chest. We'll bend the knees. We'll go into forward fold. Forward fold is another pose where it's important for you to have a good forward fold eventually for going in an easier way into handstand. You can, for now, relax here. You can bend the knee if they are tugging on your hips and making your spine round. So you just release your hamstrings. So you can bend a little bit more in your hips. Your spine may be staying a little bit longer, maybe even using your thighs to support your ribs. Relaxing your head down, allowing your neck to relax, and then using the gravity to stretch your spine. So the heavy head makes a little bit of a different kind of pressure on your spine. And slowly inhale. Try to lift halfway, just as if you wanted to bring your chest higher, rolling the shoulders back. And exhale. Try to squeeze your body to your thighs, sending the hips higher as you fold. We'll go 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. You can keep your fingertips down and just bend the knees in order to find that back bend in your spine a little bit. And as you exhale, try to bring your hips even higher and squeeze your body in towards you. The low back. Inhale, 1 more. Exhale, press the ribs into your thighs or in the direction. Then bring the palms down. Step back into your plank. We'll just go down for 5 counts in your chaturanga. Going all the way down onto the belly. Try to keep your elbows squeezing in, and as you are going and bending them, try to keep them over your wrists. So you have to move your upper body a little bit more forward for 4. Keep your neck long. 3, 2, keep the elbow squeezing in, and 1 onto your belly. So these exercises that we are going to do are from my handstand coach, Coach Bachman on Instagram. And I think just doing them every day will help you to find more openness and more strength in your shoulders. And yeah, They're nice and good, and they're from a handstand teacher, so I hope they're doing something. So bring your forehead down, and if you like, you can create that engagement in your legs. So pointing your toes, squeezing the legs towards each other, and but also squeezing your glutes. Your knees are pointing down, but it's like just nitpicking. You don't really need to have anything else in your legs, just making them somehow equally squeezing from all the sides. Bring the belly in as if you wanted to lift it away from the ground. The forehead is on the mat if possible. Try to keep a little bit less like a pressure on your nose, so even bringing the chin in, and then bring the fingers towards your forehead, bending the elbows, and we will lift the forearms away from the ground and bring the palms away into a cactus-like position, and then we will lift the arms and the forearms higher and exhale back, fingers to your forehead. Inhale, open, lift, exhale back to your forehead. Inhale, cactus, lift, try to send the shoulder blades down for now. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift, and back. And two more. Inhale, exhale. Go very slowly. Inhale and control the way your shoulder blades move and back. Count to that cactus arms, and we will go forward and over the head. So inhale, lift here, and exhale, reach forward and reach away from the ground. So we want to bring the arms away. Exhale, come back, lift, inhale forward and lift. Exhale, back, inhale forward for 4, exhale, inhale forward, 3, exhale, 2, and 1, and back. Now interlace the fingers on your back of the neck, and we will just lift the elbows for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms beside your body with palms facing up. So going for an internal rotation, turning your shoulders towards your chest, and then we will lift the chest and then externally rotate the arms. So trying to rotate the palms down and away from you as you lift. Inhale, exhale down, forehead on the mat. Inhale, lift, exhale back. And we'll go for 4, back, 3, back, 2, and back. And last one. And exhale. So again, forehead on the mat. I hope you're not losing the engagement in your legs. So I hope you're still squeezing them in, trying to keep the belly. I don't totally release my belly, so it's okay if you do that, but keep again coming back to that points of your body. So forehead down again, arms beside you to the sides with palms facing down, and we will go 8 very fast circles to one direction and to the other. So lift the arms, put your shoulder blades down, and we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The other direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe even faster. I can count that fast. So you can try this. Okay, good. Press into your child's pose. Bring the knees closer forward. Open them, toes together. And then release here, forehead on the mat. Big inhale into your belly. Exhale. Big inhale again. And exhale, feel the heaviness of your head, of your hips, of your arms. And slowly tucking your toes. And coming onto your tabletop for now, with your toes tucked. So starting from in downward dog, where we will go eventually after this. I just want to bring like more points into the palms, since the arms are, and the position of the arms might be important for some people. For some people it doesn't really matter. Maybe it doesn't really matter, but I like to nitpick on, on the fingers and the palms. And I like to have a slight external rotation in my arms the whole time. I don't know if that's wrong or good. Some teachers teach this, and I teach this. Some people will tell you that the middle finger should be facing forward, and I like that index finger facing forward rather, and having like a little bit of externally rotating fingers. I like this also because I have a carrying angle in my elbow. So if you also bring your arms beside you, and you can sit on your heels, and you can even tuck your toes, because you will be pointing them in a lot. So sitting on your toes tucked for a little bit might feel good to then flex them the other way. So if you bring your arms beside you and turning your palms forward, and you see that your elbow is like bending away a little bit from your body, this is called carrying angle. And people have it naturally because they have like a bigger hips maybe, and then you don't want to hit your hips. And for this one, if you bend your elbows, and if you have your middle fingers facing forward, the elbows will go a little bit more away naturally. So I have to do, if I want to squeeze my elbows quite a lot towards me, notice where my elbows naturally will like open a little bit because of that carrying angle. So they're open here, and when I bend, they're open now. And if I want to bring them in, then I need to like round and close my shoulders a little bit. So instead of closing here in the front, which I don't like, I want to be open here, I will have my fingers pointing slightly out. If I want to turn my middle finger facing forward, it like feels really weird. I have to like twist in my forearm in a weird way. So maybe if this is your case, maybe this will like help you a lot, having just the index finger forward. Or you're okay with your middle finger forward. It's totally okay. You still want to have some fingers forward because they will help you with the balance. And the same applies in your downward facing dog. So if I would have my index fingers forward, then, or my middle finger forward, then I will have like a little bit of internal rotation with the biceps towards each other more, like the triceps towards each other. And yeah, I prefer the other way. Also, we live a lot in internal rotation. So we live here, we do stuff like this. So still having something here, the elbows are away. And having a little bit of external rotation in your life to compensate for that is always good. Okay, so that was my little nitpicking. Spread your fingers to have a little bit bigger base, but not too much. It's okay to like keep a slight, the fingers slightly towards each other, so not like making your fingers trying to go all the way out. And then use your fingertips. So imagine you like have claws and you want to really dig these claws into the mat. Press the inside palms down, and this will help you to also squeeze the forearms towards each other and have that compensation of that external rotation. So that's the squeezing in. It's the same as with the hips, with squeezing the glutes, that's the external rotation, and then squeezing the inner thighs, that you have the opposite forces. So squeezing the forearms towards each other helps you to engage from your pectoralis muscles in the front of your chest. Then tuck your toes. If you're already dying, then you can move them a little bit before you tuck them again, and then you want to press back. So your knees will lift. And I like this because now you start probably to slide forward. And this means that you don't have enough force in your fingertips, or you have super slidey mat. That's also possible. But mine is also sliding, and if I lose my engagement, I will slide forward. But if I press through my palms and I use my fingertips, I will have much better grip. And I can feel how my shoulders are already working super hard just to keep my palms in that one spot on my mat. Then try to bring your shoulders up towards your ears. So you want to really make your shoulders long. And then you can bring your hips up. Keep everything like it is. You can shift your feet, of course, to adjust for your down dog to feel nice and comfortable just a little bit.
And then bring your ribs in, so don't forget that support for your low back, bringing the ribs and the belly all the way inwards, creating a slight doming of your upper back. Then you can bend the knees, try to point the sitting bones higher without losing your ribs. And the last thing, or the second to last, trying to bring the heels closer, maybe spreading your toes, keeping the engagement in your legs, in your ribs, in your arms, in your fingertips. Relax your toes down. Good. Inhale like a big wave. Your spine will roll forward into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga push up. So coming down but also up with your inhale. Exhaling your knees down and tuck your toes, elbows on the mat. Inhale, slide like a snake with your chest close to the ground into your even upward facing dog already, if that feels good, or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale one more time, this chaturanga. So this is what we will do today. Several times. Inhale, exhale, pushing down and pressing up. Inhaling, exhaling, knees down, elbows down. Inhale, slide into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, you can try to go round it down and back. So bring the chin in, round the spine as you come back to your downward facing dog. Then bring the elbows down, one at a time or both at the same time, and walk the feet back. So another important muscle or that you might not be aware and you have to work on is the serratus muscle, which is responsible for a lot of stability in your shoulders. I hope you're still holding your plank like I do, your forearm plank. And in forearm plank, we already did this exercise several times. To make your shoulder blades stronger is to walk the feet a little bit more back. Keep pressing from your elbows down. Keep your belly in, your glutes in, and slowly come back with the shoulders over the elbows and release. Whew. And you might feel the core much more than the shoulder blades in that position, of course, but it's really doing something. I can feel my serratus, and it's a matter of practice in when you are starting to be aware of how you are actually doming the upper back, because if you are in your plank and you don't have any engagement in your shoulders, you are sinking in your shoulders, of course you are not going to work on your serratus muscle from the front of your shoulder blades. But if you press away, so you can do it one more time with me. So come to your forearm plank, try to squeeze your belly, your glutes. By the way, I have this mirror here, and it's really good because every time I look there, I can see if something is not working. Usually it's my core. You can also look down and see your belly. Also, if your hips are too high, just try to bring them in one level with your shoulders. And then try to round your upper back a little bit, pressing from your palms, and then walk back. And stay there for 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center or forward and release. Sphinx pose, just to relax. This was intense. Open your collarbones. People what are you doing? Writing in the chat. I need to make the chat like huge over the screen so I can read it. So engage your feet down into the mat, press them down so your kneecaps will lift, belly in. Try to press your pubic bone down, that engages your glutes. And then imagine you want to reach through your chest forward. And slowly exhale, release down. We'll press through tabletop or plank if you feel like going through your plank. Downward facing dog. Okay, so just spend half an hour talking about nothing. Sasha, nice cactus. How do you feel about walking on your hands? Yeah, that's like the next level, you know. Walking on your hands. That's first I will try to and learn how to stand, and then maybe I will walk. So in your down dog, we will lift the right leg all the way up. And as you do so, just try to make yourself long all the way from your fingers. Every time you do this down dog, the way that we did it is going to make your arms a little bit stronger. Bring your knee to your chest. Roll your spine again, super huge wave. Your back heel lifts as you come with your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, back one-legged down dog. Exhale, round. Knee squeezes in towards your chest. And then step the foot forward in the front, in between your palms. Make your feet in two lines, as if they were following two lines. Drop your left knee down. Squeeze your left glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, and then come up. Anjaneyasana, reach your arms up. Then exhale, you can release your hands, palms to your chest. So as you are in your Anjaney, and if you are reaching your arms up, do the same thing as we did in the standing pose, in the mountain pose. You're trying to reach them higher and squeezing them towards each other, bringing the shoulders all the way up. So not doing the opposite. Every time when you hear a teacher saying shoulders away from your ears, when your arms are over your head, you can send me a message and I will count. I'm already counting some teachers how many times they do that. So your arms are built the way where your shoulder blade moves with the direction of your arms. So if you bring your arms overhead, if you want to do it functional, then your shoulders naturally lift up. And if you feel like you have a really tight trapezius, really tight neck from bringing your arms up, then fix your chin. So you're probably having your head forward all the way with your chin sticking out. And if you bring it in, if you squeeze the forearms and the triceps in towards each other, then you will have nice free trapezius muscles. Okay, release the arms down. We'll flex the ankle on the right leg, bringing the hips back, making sure that the hips stay over your back knee. If you need, you can always inhale forward and shift your back knee a little bit more back, just slightly, in order to bring in your half splits the hips only above the knee. And then inhale halfway. As if you wanted to lift, you can bend your right knee a little bit, opening your collarbones, and exhale, squeeze your belly and try to fold and compress here your chest, your thighs. Inhale forward, bend the knee a little bit, and exhale back. One more inhale and exhale, and then stay here for 3, 2, 1. Bring the fingertips right underneath your shoulders. We'll round the spine, creating a hollow front body, bringing the belly in, and then lifting the heel. Maybe not. Using blocks underneath the fingers will help you to achieve this. Maybe if you have hard time, keep flexing your right foot in the ankle. For 3, 2, 1, rebend. Bring the fingertips forward, walk them all the way forward. Back foot slowly walks back or forward, all the way onto your right leg. Transition into your half standing splits. Standing splits are really important, especially for jumps. And this was the way I learned jumping into handstand and finding a little bit of hangdown. So just staying here for a little bit more, using your left glutes in this case to really reach that foot up and having a whole leg engaged, stable for the handstand jumps to feel more stronger and having more control over them. So if you keep your leg really relaxed, your knee bent, it will be really hard for you to find that tiny bit of second, like 1/100th of second of a hold. So you want to keep engaging. You want to keep squeezing the thighs together to keep the stability in your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. You can grab your ankle with your right hand, walking the left fingertips a little bit more forward to the left to have a little bit of support, and then try to fold all the way, lifting your upper leg higher, pointing your toes, or maybe flaunting them, spreading them if that feels good. Then place the palms right underneath you. It will go for a few more, for the first few jumps, and if you need a break, of course, do so. Releasing the foot. If you have a wall, you can use the wall. So we will step or jump the right foot to the middle of the mat, because you need a little bit of distance eventually for your jumps. Place the palms already with your index fingers facing forward, and then you want to round through your body, through your core, through your front body, and leaning over. So you lift your standing heel, you lift your left leg, you squeeze your inner thighs, you lean, you look between your wrists, and you press from your shoulders super high. Just a little jump. Doesn't have to be too big. And then go for 2 more. And last one. And slowly transition to your plank, chaturanga push-up. Press up, inhale. Exhale, knees, elbows down. Inhale, finally that back bend that you are craving for. Exhale, rounding your way into your downward facing dog. Changing the side, relax your neck. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, this feels like you're doing the same leg, but this is the other leg. Bring the knee to your chest, and then round your way forward into your high plank. Inhale, back, and exhale, forward. Again. And then flex your heel, press from your back heel, coming all the way to your left toes, or even fingernails, toenails, as you step your left foot from the inside of your left palm, right knee down. If you feel like your right knee is going to make you troubles, because already your left knee was doing that, you can keep your toes stacked, or untucking the toes, pressing from the feet or the toes down, having less weight on your knee. Squeeze the inner thighs, right glute squeezing, reach your arms up, and then release the palms down. So we'll go again for that little training of the arms. Bring them up, reach your shoulders up. Your palms are probably facing towards each other. It's not necessarily. Sometimes people say that because that motivates you to go for that external rotation with your triceps turning towards each other. However, I can turn my palms here very easily without turning my upper arms, right? So it doesn't matter. Belly in, reach a little bit higher, hips a little bit lower. It's always good to stretch that front thighs, front hips. Keep yourself super long. Try to hide your ribs also. This is super hard in this almost back bendy kind of position. And exhale, release the fingertips down from the sides of your left foot. Flex your left ankle. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, forward. Low lunge. And exhale. Notice how much I'm shifting my back knee. So I always shift it back a little bit, just so when I come into half splits, my hips stay over my right knee. Inhale, forward. Open your collarbones, almost like a back bend. Exhale, back, trying to bring, keep your spine straight as you bring your torso towards your leg. Inhale, forward, just a little bit, maybe not bending the knee as much. And exhale, folding. One more inhale, maybe just lifting the chest. And exhale, squeezing the belly in, trying to come closer with your ribs towards your thigh. We'll again lift, so bring yourself higher. And round your spine this time, so we are trying to do the opposite. Squeeze your belly in, squeeze your inner thighs as you bring your left heel up for 5, 4, try your best, even if it's not lifting. 2, 1, release. Okay, so standing splits. This side was much faster, but it's okay. The left leg will be forever less flexible for everyone. So walk forward, walk forward with your fingers. Slowly bringing your right leg up for your standing splits. First, you don't have to really fold as much, and just try to experiment how much you can lift your right leg without going to like a back bend, maybe. Just having your upper body wherever it needs to be. If you have troubles even to reach the ground, you can use always blocks here underneath your hands. Using your right glute, squeezing the inner thighs in towards each other. And then inhale, halfway lift. You can bend your standing leg in your knee and exhale. Try to bring your ribs towards your thighs as you fall and you lift that right leg higher. Grab your ankle with your left hand. Right hand walks a little bit to the away from you, and then try to even move your weight more forward over your toes as you lift your right leg higher. Squeeze your thighs, don't open the hips, and slowly palms down underneath your shoulders. Jump your left foot carefully into the middle of the mat. Take a little break if you need. My legs are definitely dying. We will go for the little jumps. Right leg up, squeeze your belly, make front hollow body, spread your fingers, move forward, lift your left heel up, press from your palms. So there is a lot of weight already on your hands, and then just a little jump. Keep your right leg super engaged. Just your left foot will jump, and then the last one, and go to your vinyasa. Plank, inhale, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, press up, exhale, knees, elbows down, and tuck the toes. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose. Whew. Taking a big inhale through your nose and exhale, maybe through the mouth. Inhale one more time, side out. You can close your eyes if you're in a child's pose. Taking a few breaths into your belly. One thing about handstands is that, I don't know about you, but I was also talking, but it really brings your heartbeat really high and makes you breathe. So especially if you're jumping, so this is nice kind of different part of yoga where you really make yourself to move more dynamically, and you also train your cardiovascular system, not just like the muscle strength. Okay, so that was the jumps. Next part is, if you have the wall, we will walk towards the wall, and this is very scary for you if you are very new to it. For me, it's still scary. If it's not scary, you walk all the way towards the wall. If it's scary, you just try to bring yourself into a bike. So we will turn our backs to the wall. You can also use sofa and just put your legs on a sofa or something that is elevated, even like your thighs on some stable table. That's also an option, or your feet on a stable table or stable doors, but I don't suggest the doors. That's really sometimes hard. And if you don't want to have your wall to be all ugly and dirty, then it's also good to use socks for this kind of walks and jumps against the wall. Something that you learn after years of jumping into a handstand using wall. So palms down, already set your palms nice. And then step the feet up to the wall. Doesn't matter where you are, how far you are. And just feel where you are distributing your weight on the wrist and on the palms. Try to press the fingers down. And this is like downward facing dog if you're bringing just the hips up. But it's a little bit more weight on your hands. And then if you want, if you're really scared, try to move the weight from one palm to the other, moving your hips above your hands. And if you feel this is good to lift your palm, make a little step towards you, then do that. Eventually, you come a little bit closer, maybe with your hips above your shoulders and above your fingers. And this will be really hard. Take a little break. If you want, move the wrist. You can always make fists. And then
flex the palms the other way. We didn't really move and got the wrists warmed up properly, but now it's the time to flex them the other way to release that tension. And you can always do that. I don't always warm up my wrists when I do handstands. So if this was really easy and you are able of that walking, James was by the way mentioning it, so it's funny, then you can totally walk all the way towards the wall and try how that feels, or how does it feel to move your weight from one hand to the other. Also noticing the differences, that sometimes you will have one hand much stronger than the other, and that will mean that when you make that step on one side it will be much faster than on the other. So let's go again. Legs up. If you feel like you want to walk all the way towards the wall or closer, you can bring them all the way up, finding a little bit of straight line maybe, and then walking one palm, second, maybe wide, legs wider, will help you with the shift of the weight. And more advanced is if you bring your feet together. So one palm and the second. And again, noticing where you are a little bit longer on which hand. You can relax your head for now, and then never staying here for too long. So you have to be able to come back always. So stay only as short as you keep some strength to walk back. We'll go one more time. This time we will focus on the shoulders. So this was just like trying to overcome the fear of walking towards the wall. Move your wrists, and the last part will be trying to bring a little bit more push in your shoulders. It was also one of the things that helped me to be more stable in my, once I am up with my legs. So one part is jumping up. You can do that with wall, and the second part is the balancing itself. And for that, it's the stability in your shoulders that you need. Good. Last round, we will walk. You can stay in that pike, kind of down dog variation, and we will just then we will have less weight over your hands and your shoulders. So if you are here, stay here, or you walk a little bit more up, and then you will release in your shoulders and you will push super hard. So bringing the shoulders super much towards your ears. I'll just show it from the other view. If you microphone just killed me a little bit. So you want to release and then push and release and push. If you are doing it with me, just continue. If you are looking, then notice how my shoulders move all the way up toward the ears and down. And you want to stay in that pushing action. Okay, take a break or try it out if you were just watching. People are chatty today. James, stable table. The problem, Yana, that you have to leave. Move your wrist if you are making a break. So you try to move on your hands. You know, some people just can't do it. Some people. And then some people try and they are failing. And you have to like find a teacher that will teach you. I wasn't able to fall from a handstand before someone like hold my hips and led me through how to fall into a wheel. So even the walking, like maybe you just need a good teacher. And the balancing, I also got, of course, I had to try by myself a lot. And some people will be able to teach, to learn a handstand and holding a handstand without a teacher. I know some people that accomplished that, but I needed a teacher to explain me stuff and then to hold my hips and to make my arms stronger. And this wall exercise is where you push really a lot, and if you do that for like half an hour even with the teacher, because they will motivate you, the teacher will motivate you to be there and do that for half an hour. Like, I'm not doing this now, and you can take any break now, but if you're in a room, which is not possible right now, I'm sorry, but maybe in the future, having a teacher to like be there and be like, nah, stay there and do it again. Just practice. Good. So we will go for fewer jumps this time. We'll try to jump into attack. For this one, you can use a wall, and the point is there is a lot of momentum being created, and there is a lot of fear sometimes with attack, but attack is more natural for some people, so we are going to do that. For me, pike is really hard, keeping my legs straight and 90 degrees with my torso, but attack I learned after some time. For sure, it was really unnatural at the beginning. The point is the same, so you want to bring your palms down. You can find the wall like not too close so you don't hit the wall with your head. So it's probably like 30 centimeters or like an elbow length away. Set your palms and then we'll just lean over. So trying to bring the weight over. You don't even need to do this with the wall. Your hips, your heels will come high. You squeeze from your core. So you have to really imagine if someone is pushing through your chest bone and you are really trying to protract your shoulder blades, making that dome in your upper back as you press from your palms and you bring the weight forward. And there should be like a strong engagement here, right where those ribs are. And this is where you will feel, and we will start to feel it. Then it should move more down, which I never experienced, but maybe it will come when you will start lifting your legs if you want to press. So move forward, press from your shoulders, from your palms. So your shoulders will creep towards your ears, and you have to feel it in your belly as you move more forward, and you feel the weight all over your palms coming to your fingertips. And once you want to jump, you can take like a preparatory jump. So I like to start with that shift, bringing most of the weight forward, and then just a little jump. Heels will come to your butt, but don't lift your knees too much. So the knees should stay pretty low. So engage from your shoulders, just a little jump, kick, jump. And this will make you small. So if you start lifting your legs up, what might happen is that you move too much weight forward and up, and you want to make yourself small. As I was saying something about the center of your gravity, you don't want to shift it all the way up and away from you. So you want to keep it very nice and close. The knees coming towards you, the same applies. The center of gravity moves more in like a compact way. So you lean, you kick jump, and maybe in the future you kick jump and you press from your shoulders, and that will lift your hips all the way up, over, and then maybe you will find the wall behind you with your toes if you start falling back. But that means that your knees left and you opened. But it's okay also. I hope this was somewhat logical. You got something new. Let's lie down and finish with a little bit of belly stretches. Just find yourself down. Another nice exercise would be a hollow front body, like a full front body exercise. So creating this shape like a low boat is also very nice to train your core. So you can try that if you like, if you still have energy. My friend Tomáš that I stream with on Instagram, he likes to even roll all the way onto the belly from that position and then back. But you can also just roll here from side to side, and that's a nice exercise for trying to find that kind of engagement from the front, so you don't lose it and you don't fall back into a back bend. Okay, so for now just relax here, then open the arms like Shavasana, a tiny Shavasana before we counter everything that we just did. You can take one breath together. Inhale through your nose, exhale through the mouth. Okay, then go for your wheel or bridge pose. To stretch the front, step the feet closer towards your hips. Engage from your inner thighs, so that still applies. And lift your hips up, all the way, rolling the spine away, walking onto the tips of your shoulders. You can keep elbows bent 90 degrees if you like that, or if you like the extension in your shoulders, since we were doing a lot of flexion above the head. Now doing the opposite, so interlacing the fingers underneath your hips and then trying to press the palms and elbows down into the mat, feeling that stretch in your shoulders in this direction. Always feels good after handstands. Trying to kick the hips a little bit higher, squeezing your glutes, activating your whole legs down to your feet. Inhale and exhale, carefully release, drawing the spine back onto the mat. And then bring the knees in towards each other, or let the feet walk to the out slightly, bringing one palm on your belly, one on your chest. Big inhale through your nose, exhale through your nose. One more inhale and exhale. So if you like to open also your arms in this like an overhead position, go for your wheel pose or another bridge pose. Might feel good, or camel is also good variation, more active or a little bit different. So wherever you are, just enjoying the stretch. I like the wheel because I feel the stretch a little bit more here from the front side. However, arms behind in the bridge, as I said, are also nice. Stay there for, let's say, 2 more breaths. However long the breaths are, try to make them even longer. And then carefully returning onto your back, onto lying on your back. This time bring your feet together and let the knees fall to the sides. If you did the wheel pose, I suggest you again move the wrists, because the wheel pose is really strong for the wrist and we want to also bend them to the other side. And shaking your wrists, moving them in any direction that feels good, and generally exploring where is your like a point of ease, of release in your body. Okay, then bring the knees in towards your chest and take a twist to the right with your knees coming to the left side and opening the right arm to the right. And carefully you can change the way your legs are, so you can change into an eagle legs if you like. Look to the other side. Staying here for a longer time and trying to slow down your breath and also observing where you feel it. So in just a simple twist, it's usually in the upper half of your chest, of your rib cage. It's more one side of your lungs that is being filled, and the breath might feel a little bit less full, and that's why you have to make much more effort to find it again. How to use efficiently just that one half of your lungs. And then come back to the center and move to the other side. Carefully, slowly, with control, with properly feeling what is happening in your spine and trying to really like untangle the knots in between your vertebrae in your facet joints at the back of your spine and the little bony protrusions. Again, learning how to breathe more efficiently in the other half of your lungs. Even feeling the air through your nostrils. So maybe you feel one nostril a little bit more dominant at right now at this point. In my case, it's the left one, but it changes during the day. So they open. You never breathe equally from through both nostrils. It's always one is open more, and then I think it's like 6 hours where it changes. Move to the center again. Make yourself really small. Bringing the knees to your chest, grabbing the shins with your elbows, lifting your head, and even pressing the knees towards your eyes if you like that. Really squeezing everything, making a grimace of face. Inhale, and then try to hold it. And release. Relax your legs down. Your arms beside you, maybe palms turns up. Try to shift your shoulder blades a little bit lower. Make space in the back of your neck. Big inhale through your nose. And side out through the mouth. And try to enjoy maybe just 5 breaths on your back in your Shavasana. Observing the small movements in your chest, in your belly, as you breathe very easily. Allowing your face to melt down, your arms to feel heavy, your legs very heavy. Then once you start to feel that you want to come back, you start with small movements in the fingertips, in your toes. You move your wrists and ankles. You move the head, turning it to the right side and to the left. And then you can take a stretch, bring your arms over your head. Inhaling as you do so. Exhaling, knees to your chest. You can keep your eyes closed and just roll onto your right or left side, wherever you have space. And then you use your hands to bring yourself up into a seat. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, I will be here for a little bit. Also, if you were here the whole stream, maybe let me know if the quality was okay, if it was freezing again, if it was better than last time. Or you don't know how it was the last time, so you just say it was okay. You might just like send like a thumbs up. Also, if you are watching this class later, of course, you can just comment. That would be also nice. Oh, Muffin, you were here. I didn't see you, but I can see you being logged in. Dominica, thank you so much for the class. It was all okay. Oh, okay doesn't sound too good. It sounds like, okay. Tight in your shoulders and hips. I feel tight in my shoulders and hips every day. It's like never enough. It's always tightness. Enjoy your weekend. Yes, it's Friday, finally. See you. If you need to run, go, of course. Don't stay here. Where is this muffin? It's my friend. She's signed in, but she's not saying anything. So I think she's just maybe watching silently and then she will write me. The picture didn't freeze. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I solved my problems. Also, yeah, by the way, the audio. How was the audio? Because um, it doesn't like my audio bitrate. The YouTube, they don't like it. But maybe I can go. Maybe it says excellent connection, so maybe I can go higher with the audio if it was not the bad. All the connection sound was good today. Yeah, okay. Maybe this is enough. This is what I read on the internet. That 96 is good, but maybe will make it a little bit higher next time. And at the end, I will have a perfect stream, like next year. One step at a time. James, go, go. You don't have to stay here. You already said bye. You're not going to miss anything. I'm going to end anyway. Super great, actually. Oh, I think I'm several seconds behind. Everyone is several seconds behind because it's YouTube. It's a little bit late. I mean, like, it's always just not enough fast, but that's how technology works, I think. I just like to have the feedback because I'm too lazy to watch the video afterwards. Thank you, Seda. You were trying to explain how to pronounce your name, but yeah. I'm back to Seda now. Seda Öz. Where are you from? Sasha. Thumbs up. Thanks. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend, Sasha. By the way, I just did the whole schedule for the whole month of May. So I will keep the schedule for until the end of this month. So if you want to join like 5 times, you can also buy a block. I will stream in NAF. It's still the start of this month. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoy your day, your evening, whatever, your weekend, and maybe see you next time. Bye.